Hey there kids, it's me, Melisa. I know what you're thinking. What the fuck are you doing here? Well, I'll tell you. This gymongous episode has now been split into two because it's too fucking long. We did hear what you said about keeping all the episodes shorter, and somehow we've ended up going completely the other way. I'm not gonna lie to you, this was a toughie one for me. Of all the bands that we could have spent 3 hours listening to, this is not the band that I would have chosen. This is the one that Levi chose. Now, I understand his motivations for that. He thought it would be funny and a good old laugh and a good time, and there were laughs to be had. But I apologise to all of you that have good taste in music. And while Levi may be a very talented educator and guitarist, and overall great person to do YouTubery things with, his taste sometimes is completely inside his butthole. Now, that's not a judgment, because I know that my taste can also be inside my butthole, as can anyone. But in this particular instance, he really has knocked it out of the park in complete shite. However, there are some funnies, there's some good conversation, and also some chewy ideas to process. Come along with us on this absolutely unhinged adventure. Thank you, love you, bye.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Does Metal Have Soul podcast. This episode is going to be a little bit of a different one. We are going to be going through and rating every single one of the Steel Panther music videos, which will give Melisa an introduction to Steel Panther, but also we're doing it at the right time because of course we did hair metal last week and Melisa hated hair metal.
So much, hated it with every fibre of my being. Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, right? The fucking top 10 stinky dick thing that you gave me 100% did not help. It sent me into an existential spiral. However, even if you hadn't have let me see that, I still would have been like, this music's boring as shit.
Sure. Yeah, that one's totally my bad. Though it did make for an entertaining podcast.
I mean, I think it maybe did. There might be some people who agree with me. There were people in the comments who are like, oh, but I loved that music in the 80s. That was the music of,
sure,
that was the music of my youth, or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I understand, there was definitely music that I listened to when I was a teenager, which was fucking trash, especially because I was a teenager in, the noughties. So, yeah, there's going to be music that you look back nostalgically and it's good, but
I would like to think that even the people that do say things like that acknowledge that when they were growing up, there was music that their parents were nostalgic about growing up. And you didn't like it. And just because somebody is nostalgic about a thing doesn't mean that you're going to like it. I'm quite nostalgic towards all of that hair metal, glam metal thing because I listened to a lot of it when I was younger.
Boo!
But yeah, also, obviously I said we were going to be doing death metal this week. And to be honest, I feel that episode needs a little bit more planning. I think it needs to... because I know it's a style that's going to be quite a crunchy one for you to listen to, and I wanted to do something that I thought was just going to be very fun, and I think we'll have a lot of fun doing this. I think there'll be a lot of laughs, and that's the idea. How's your week been?
Yeah, fine. I'm still working on my original stuff, which it always feels like an insurmountable mountain thing that I can't climb, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's on its way to being finished. I better get my finger out and sort some things out. So yeah, I've been doing that. I've been doing some fun TikTok things for one of my residencies. I have a residency every Wednesday night. I'm sure I've spoken about it before. A musical theatre residency, Wagon Wheel with Tootsie. And I did a TikTok for it that went really, really well. I had everyone coming to the resident people that come that I've never seen before who were like, oh, I saw your TikTok and I had to come down and you're so hilarious. And I'm like, thank you. It's trauma. So yeah, it's been a weird old week.
Yeah, it has.
How are you?
Good.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, go on.
I will be drinking many different drinks throughout this. Some of you have made comments of why is Melisa constantly drinking something weird? Yeah. Because I am. Sorry.
Yes. Fun week. I spent a day in hospital. That was fun. But I'm fine.
I wasn't going to bring that up because I thought that's too personal.
I am a big believer in the idea that being I don't like the word celebrity. Obviously, we're not celebrities, but ultimately...
A celebrity?
Yeah, ultimately, big finger. Ultimately...
Somebody commented that.
It was Millicent Oak, I think.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, ultimately, celebrity is not the right word, but ultimately, when you make your living based on who you are as a person, as a self-employed person on the internet, that's the same basic category as what celebrity was 40 years ago, if that makes sense.
Sure, okay, yeah.
And I think that what people want in this day and age is they want to feel the behind the curtain thing. They want to see behind the curtain. You have to share with people on the internet. So yes, I spent a day. It didn't need to be a day, of course, but I did spend a whole day in hospital because the NHS takes forever to see anyone, and I had lots of. I've got a shaved chest from ECGs.
He looks like a turkey.
Yeah, but they gave me a full bill of health. I'm absolutely fine.
I spent the afternoon clutching onto Brover, being like, Brover, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Yeah. And I was sending her a text saying, "It's bad news," and then I sent her a photo of a heart monitor with no signs on it. I was like, "I'm dead."
Levi's one of these people, you know how in a crisis there's people who are good in a crisis and then there's people who are headless chickens in a crisis. Levi in a crisis works towards making the crisis feel worse. That's what you do. You go, there's a crisis right now, I can help. I'm not going to. I'm going to make jokes and occasionally walk into the room really seriously and go, bad news.
But you're laughing, so...
Not at the time I wasn't.
Not at the time, no.
Hazel.
But you always see the funny side afterwards. Anyway, Metalhead Musings. What have you got for us?
I have 3. The first one's from Clever Mistakes. Clever Mistakes, you sent me an email and I still have to get back to it because I have many thoughts and feelings, but I am so slow at responding to YouTube commenters if they send me like longer emails, just because there's like so many other things in my day-to-day that have to take priority. So apologies, first of all, but also this is a good one. Of the last podcast.
Yes.
Count me in on a Tom Waits cover band. The surprise gimmick would be that in a random spot during the set list, one of his tunes is done by Sabaton in Sabaton style. I'm thinking Singapore, which is actually a good fucking option. Followed by a Sabaton tune done by in Tom Waits style, along the lines of The Piano Has Been Drinking. Another fantastic decision. Trust me, it's a surefire concept. Have your people call my people, we'll do lunch. I was wrong. It wasn't about the last podcast.
No, it was on your Sabaton
It was
video.
on my Sabaton video. It was a weird old video. Did you watch that? Do you know the band?
I don't know.
Weird, but fascinating. Not bad, just fascinating. So that I just wanted to bring that one up because it was a cute one from Clever Mistakes.
Have you done President yet? The band President?
No.
Oh, are they on the list?
No.
I'll get them on the list.
What kind of music do they do?
They're a masked band. They're new. They just popped up out of nowhere and they seem to be very popular.
As long as they keep their fucking masks
Sleep token adjacent is what they're described.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle any more sleep token. I feel a bit sleep tokened out. If I'm
but you've got to get
honest.
them with the trends. Because ain't nobody watching this podcast.
There's people watching this podcast.
Okay, ain't nobody watching this podcast compared to reacting to President.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Although I made just a side quest, I made a very important decision this week or last week. I can't remember. And
Showering daily?
No. You're supposed to do that anyway.
I'm of the Motley Crue school.
No, you're not, because I wouldn't fucking live with you. I certainly wouldn't share a bed with you if that were the case. I made a decision. I told the Discord, there's a new Fallen in Reverse video. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
I'm not doing it. And it's not just because I'm Fallen in Reverse out. I think that people like him, I'm not even going to say his name, people like him probably have worked hard at some point in their career, probably have made some really good business decisions. They are certainly successful. I don't want to add to it. And I know that my impact will be so fucking minimal, but it's the snake eating its own tail. I hate watching people like him talk about, like, talking shit about things like YouTubers, reactionists, all these other people, social media influencers. I saw one on that. And I'm like...
I hear what you're saying, but I think that's a reason to do it, because you doing what you do annoys him.
I just hate him.
So make a video doing that.
I hate him.
Make a video capitalising on how much you dislike him. Make a video, because who clicks on a video like that? Fallen in Reverse fans. And then you can just sit there and tell Fallen in Reverse fans that he's a dickhead.
I know.
And that will really upset him.
I said a few months back, I talked about how much I hate influencers because we had an influencer thing that we were doing. And I really fucking hate influencers, but I'm not naive enough to believe that I'm somehow better than them or that I don't ever need any of these people.
Well, yeah, because you have, objective skills.
Okay, final comment. This is on Sabaton as well.
Okay, helpful.
Man, but I think there's good thingy in here. Man, I really dislike this band for many reasons. such as their entire music being boilerplate, boring, unimaginative and bland, on top of the lyrical themes having no substance, but talking about war and war and war, whether bombs and tanks and planes involved or swords and axes and halberds. Even their name is from the same stupid theme, which is a foot portion of armour suit. I don't know what that means.
A foot portion of an armour suit, a suit of armour.
Oh, okay, I see, sorry. Oh, not to mention their entire shtick going very loved again amongst European alt-right circles, having met them in person when they were in my country and getting into a debate after one of them was crying about being labelled racist just because he doesn't want immigrants in Sweden. Adding if there should be immigrants, at least why not only the nice ones who have talents to value and alleviate Swedish life? I sat through the entire video just because it's you who's commenting on it. It's always nice to see you. Cheers. That was from Mark. Mark of Creative Solutions. I just read it and I was like, that's wonderful. It's so wonderful when someone doesn't like a band.
Yes.
Because I didn't enjoy when the David Draymond thing. I didn't enjoy that because it was literally every day. And at the time when I first put the video up, it was thousands, I don't know about thousands, but hundreds of comments of people being like,
more importantly,
you're a dumb shithead.
More importantly, you were new to it.
Yeah. So
it was your first experience of having a video do really well and people being angry about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just a worm and I do have feelings. So when people are like, you're an ugly piece of shit, what do you know? I'm like, maybe I am an ugly piece of shit. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
But now you've always been confident, but at the time you weren't confident enough to just be like, more than you, cunt.
Well, now I'm very... go and read some of the comments now. Now I'm very much like, I'm sorry, get fucked.
Yeah.
But I just love the way that Mark was just like, I hate this band, but I watched it anyway because it's you. And it just made me feel cozy inside.
That's nice.
Because it's like, sometimes watching reaction stuff, I do occasionally watch the odd reaction thing. And I do love it when I watch something and I'm like, I hated every minute of that. But I do so enjoy the host, so it doesn't matter.
That's the important part for me. It's like reaction content is only valid to me as a form of art if the people are following the reactor specifically. And you should watch everything that person makes because you're interested in their thoughts and feelings and opinions on a thing. It's like video game reviews. Back in the day, there were certain video game reviewers who I knew their views, their opinions on things often aligned with my opinions on things. Therefore, I would read all of their reviews on anything that they would review, even if it wasn't a thing that I was particularly interested in, because I knew that, we thought in a similar way. I enjoyed their approach to writing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it should be the same with reaction content rather than going, I'm not going to watch that because I'm not interested in the band. One, you might find a band that you previously didn't enjoy that now do. Or two, you might share in your hatred of a band as you two have on that.
Well, it's also just like, I'm very lucky. I think I have a good solid maybe 500 people who watch my channel just for me.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel so like... It's so cozy inside. And in the particular, there's people like Subway who I just think Subway's hilarious. Subway will hate some of the fucking bands that I put up, and sometimes he won't watch them because he really fucking hates them, but he understands how it works. So he'll go on and he'll just put ping in the comment section. And for a while I didn't know what he was doing. Like I was like, what do you mean ping?
It doesn't Subway, it doesn't help as much as you think to do that actually.
Oh, it doesn't?
No. So YouTube prioritizes a video being good based on how much of the video was watched. So if you turn on a video, write the word ping and then leave to YouTube, that's a video, that's what they would deem a low quality video. It's a video that suckered someone in with a title, with a thumbnail, you watched it, you very quickly decided, I don't like this video, this is a low quality video, and then left.
Boo.
So it's your watch through, your click to watch through rate that's really valuable. So if you're going to do that and write ping, by all means do it, but like turn the volume down on the video and let it play in another window.
Seriously, someone told me that at a gig once and was like, I'm really sorry, I really didn't like, it was on one of my songs, they said they really loved the album or something, but there was one particular song where they just like hated like listening to it, so they would mute it until the next thing rolled on rather than skip it because they didn't want to skip it. And they told me like they were confessing to like like murdering a bunch of people, and I was like, that is the sweetest bullshit I've ever heard in my whole life. You are a kind soul.
Okay,
anyway, it was an interesting week.
Jump into it.
Okay,
so do you want to have some fun?
I mean, yes, I don't think that's going to happen, but
no,
sure.
I do think that's going to happen. So I said to Melissa, this one is going to go long. This will be a long episode. It will be a long episode. because we are looking at 23 music videos.
No.
23.
That's too many.
23 music videos.
That's too many.
We'll have fun.
We'll be here till fucking 7 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
I will get hungry.
We'll be fine.
And the hungrier I get, the meaner I'm going to become about the songs.
Oh, so you mean the funnier you're going to become?
I doubt it.
Right. So Steel Panther is an American comedic glam metal band formed in Los Angeles, California, fronted by lead singer Michael Starr. Ralph Sands, his name is. So Michael Starr is his stage name. He's a good singer. Mm-hmm. He's a good singer. He's got a good set of pipes on him. Mm-hmm. A very good set of pipes on him. The band was formed in 2000 as Metal Shop, was also known as Metal School before adopting the name Steel Panther. I think they were also known as Danger Kitty at one point.
Danger Kitty's a better name.
Band is known for its profane and humorous lyrics and for parodying the stereotypical glam metal lifestyle. So that's, I guess, the difference between, when we were listening to a band like Poison or Motley Crue.
Poison! Sorry.
Who were living the lifestyle.
Sure.
Steel Panther are glamorizing it through parody. They're making fun of it rather than acting like they are that. They are playing characters.
Sure, they're playing characters, so they don't, do lots of drugs, and they don't,
Not as far as I'm aware, no, absolutely not.
Sleep with everybody,
I mean, they might sleep with everyone. I think most of them are married, though.
Okay.
They're on stage wearing wigs.
Girl, I wear wigs every week.
Yeah. So, that's really all I have to say on the start of the band. Guitar player Russ Satchel, or Russ Parrish. Again, long history as a guitar player on the LA scene before Steel Panther. Actually, when talking about Michael Starr, he was the vocalist in LA Guns for a short period.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
LA Guns is one of the split that made Guns N' Roses.
Oh, okay.
Or the half bands that made Guns N' Roses.
Mm-hmm.
There's more in there, but yeah, he was the singer for LA Guns for a short period. He has done some vocals for other things. He appeared in the film Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg. I don't know if you've seen that.
Nope.
We should probably watch that for the channel. It'd be a good laugh. Zach Wilde's in it.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
For how long?
He's got some lines, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so it's a story of Mark Wahlberg. He joins. It's kind of like almost like the Judas Priest tale, but not. There's a mega popular rock band. The singer leaves. He leaves because he comes out as gay, and the other band don't want to play with him. So that's the Judas Priest thing. Mm-hmm. And the story is Mark Wahlberg being a small town boy who auditions for the band. Auditions for the band and gets a place in the band, and then how his life goes down the toilet through being in a big rock band. Mm-hmm. Yes. Anyway, the band are pretty cool. Steel Dragon, name of the band. They had songs they made a load of songs for the band for the film, and Zach Wilde playing guitar, and it's cool. Some cool stuff in there.
Okay.
Some cool stuff in there. I don't think the film's that good, but some cool stuff in there. Anyway, he appears in that as one of the auditioning singers very briefly, so you hear him singing that. So yes, we are going to kick straight in. So we're going to start out with the song "Death to All But Metal" from their debut album.
Okay.
And so the way we're going to rank these, I
have one eye.
Yeah. So what we're going to do with this is we are going to have Mel score these tracks based on, I guess, three kind of categories. One is how much you like the song, or how offensive the song is.
Okay.
Could even be four categories, I guess. Rank the song, both how much you like it and how offensive the song is.
Like out of 10?
Yeah. Rank how you like the video. Okay. Because that kind of matters, I guess. Mm-hmm. And rank how you feel the performance is. Because it's entirely possible that you have a great performance on an average song with a great music video. Combinations of these things.
Okay. Are we listening to the entire track?
I will give you the opportunity to have a golden buzzer on these, where you can be like, I've heard enough, turn this off.
Okay.
Nicholas. Oh, and we're going to talk through these. It changed our culture.
Disagree wholeheartedly.
You could also rank how sexy they are.
I'm going to go with a solid 0. Yeah, solid 0.
I mean, I say they wear wigs, but Michael Starr doesn't have a wig. Great guitar solos. So the idea, you want to think of it as being darkness adjacent.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They have toned down the misogyny because I think they're doing the tour that they're playing Glasgow in a few weeks. The tour they're doing is their 15-year anniversary for the first album.
Mm-hmm.
So think how much has changed in the last 15 years.
Sure, but here's the thing, and maybe it's because I've been a bleeding heart liberal my entire fucking life. That is to say, I am a bleeding heart liberal, but I have had and have friends and acquaintances who are, if not in the centre somewhere, are right-leaning.
Yes.
And it doesn't bother me. And I think when it comes to comedy, I think there's no reason that people who are left-leaning and right-leaning couldn't enjoy the same kind of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I just think if you're going to make jokes about anything, but make sure they're fucking funny. There's nothing worse than
That's the golden rule of comedy, but then you're deciding what is and what isn't funny.
For me, never for anyone else. Yeah. So I'll watch shit now, but like there's parts of that were really silly and really funny.
Yeah.
But there's also parts of that where I'm like,
you didn't golden buzzer it.
No, I didn't.
At no point were you like, I've had enough. Turn the shit off.
Mary, I'm saving that because I know there's going to be worse shit than this. I just think the joke about like fuck Britney Spears and fuck Madonna, I'm going to kill them and fuck them in the ass, and it's just like I'm probably going to have to delete all of that from the fucking podcast. I'm just like, so explain the joke to me. Where's the joke? There's no joke there. You're just talking about.
Of course there is.
Because
they're not. Well, first of all, they're a parody band. Like they're making fun of the idea of.
I guess.
The 80s bands.
I guess.
And that really cartoonish, over the top. Like, ultimately, you're jumping on the feminism in you, which is the protecting of the women there, because you were too busy getting angry to laugh about the 50 cents a fag, so is Kanye West shooting hot sperm on each other's chest.
But here's again, I wouldn't have laughed at that, and this is the key difference that I think going forward we need to accept. There's stuff in there I'm going to find really funny.
Sure.
Because I have at times the humour of a 10-year-old boy.
Sure.
So farts are funny.
You do love farts.
Jokes about butts are funny.
Yeah.
But also, there's going to be stuff I don't laugh at that you laugh at, and that's okay. Because I don't dictate what other people should laugh at. I just go, I don't find it funny.
Yes.
Because I think you should never have to explain a good joke. But if you do explain the joke, and you explain it down to its foundation, and the foundation of it is just being gay is stupid, so therefore it's an insult.
Yeah.
Or women are gross, so we should kill them, and it's funny that we would have sex with them when they're dead. I'm like, nah, not funny enough. Okay. I have laughed at jokes like that.
Do you know what else isn't funny though?
What?
Overanalyzing a joke.
That's also true. That's also true.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Let's rank it. How's the music video?
The music video's fun. It's fun. Like, there's far too much like fucking thrusting at the camera for me.
Oh, it's going to get so much worse.
I'm certain, which is why I'm saving my little golden buzzer thing. But you know what? It's Sarah Silverman. The women in it are very beautiful. Yeah. Like, there's some fun bits. Like, they look like they're having a lot of fun, which is very important. Yeah. So, I give the...
out of 10?
Out of 10.
Don't overthink it.
I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay, you don't have to get these tattooed on you or anything. No big commitment here.
I know, but I'm bad with decisions.
How was the song?
Yeah, the song's okay. Like, it's not. It's actually more interesting to listen to than any of the hair metal that we listen to, which is wild to me because they're parodying it. Mm-hmm. How can you parody it and
to be fair, you didn't hear enough of the hair metal, did you?
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But yeah, I would give the song also a very mid 5.
And how was the performance?
Performance was okay. Like, he's actually got a good voice. Yeah. And I'm not going to...
Guitar solo?
Yeah, which is also, again, you're parodying a genre, but you're miles better than anyone who's it. That's not true. We watched Steelheart, and then we switched it off, we switched the podcast off, but we left the song running.
Yes.
And then the lead singer of Steelheart went for a very high note and was immaculate, and we both looked at each other like...
Yeah, no, there's a lot of depth to that genre. There's a lot of great bands in that genre.
Okay. Who was it in your Discord that suggested that?
David.
Thank you, David.
I have to do that thing that we all have to do, which is I think of their screen name.
I always think of their profile picture.
I want to give them their name.
Most of the people in my Discord I remember as animals.
Okay, so we're going to jump onto community property, okay?
Okay. That's a good line.
That's a good line. You like that?
The entire... Oh, you're losing me quickly, Hazel.
So that's interesting. This is an edited version. The original line is, "I'll kiss your mouth even after you've swallowed my load." And it's also cock is community property, not dong is community property.
Also, I am of the opinion that you should always kiss your partner, regardless of where their mouth has been.
It's strange that they didn't feel that you could use the word cock.
We're not that far in, but the guitarist does sound like he knows what he's doing.
Oh, he's a great guitar player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously great guitar player. They were in a Van Halen tribute band. The guitarist and the singer. Called Atomic Punks. So he professionally was Eddie Van Halen. You know. Remember, parody.
Yeah, I know.
Stick Sedina with his lovely wig on. So I would say, having been to a Steel Panther show,
Oh, you have.
the
Shocker.
I hated it. I actually
Oh,
didn't. I didn't
okay.
like it.
That's a surprise.
Band were great, but I didn't like the show. I didn't like the audience, if I'm honest.
Oh.
Um,
Why?
very high percentage of women at a Steel Panther gig. Very high,
I remember you telling me this, and I remember being like, what?
because they want to get up on stage and get their tits out. But that says a thing, doesn't it? My problem with Steel Panther is they are a parody band. They are making fun of an era in music.
Mm-hmm.
And the punchline in that is the bands from back in the day and the audiences from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
The Steel Panther fans need to understand that the audiences from them were the punchline. Don't become that punchline. You shouldn't feel the need to get up on stage and get your tits out at a Steel Panther concert because you've become part of the punchline now. It just felt very...
Yeah, I think, because I remember as well, was it not Hayley as well, who went to one...
Haley's a fan, yeah.
She went on her own or something?
Yes.
And she said she really didn't enjoy it because of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I find that fascinating.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
What do you think of the music video?
Music video, no. Lazy, mild sauce. You're not getting it from me. You get a 2 for the video.
But the joke is better than...
The joke is better. It's more fleshed out.
It's a proper joke.
It's more fleshed out.
It leads to the punchline in the chorus.
Yeah, and the first verse was hilarious.
Yeah. Whereas Death to All But Metal,
hilarious is maybe a bit strong.
I'm not really into Death to All But Metal. It's not funny enough.
Yeah. The music video, no thank you to. The actual song, again, I'm going to give the song a 3 because the guitarist is good.
He is good.
But the song, the slow rock ballad, really just bores me to fucking tears.
Yeah, a big part of the hair metal.
Oh, God. It just bores me so hard.
Because they were so commercially viable.
Especially because, real talk, not obviously this, but see the amount of, weddings. At one point I had to do weddings quite consistently as a musician, as most musicians do at some point. And it was one of those situations where I just turned up and I was given the only thing I was given in advance was the song that they danced to, the first song they danced to. The amount of fucking rock ballads.
Yeah, of course.
Including Aerosmith and Don't Close My Eyes. And I'm like, you're all the same person.
Commercial viability.
Everyone that gets married is all the same person. You're boring. Performance-wise, the guitarist, like I say, it's clear. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I know anything about...
Tiny fingers.
I don't have tiny fingers.
Yeah, but you do when you have a big hand and tiny fingers. Like
okay,
that.
fair enough. Oh, yeah.
Take my strong hand.
Where was I?
You were talking about the performance, and you said the guitarist.
The guitarist, right? I make no qualms about knowing anything about lead guitar. I don't. And what I know about rhythm guitar is fucking limited. But his... what I would call diction as a vocalist, the space between each note and the precision with which he plays each note is very good.
Yep.
I don't know what the guitar equivalent of that is.
It's
In singers,
control.
you would call it articulation and diction.
Yeah, so it's the deliberateness and control that he has
Nothing's
with
a
everything
mistake.
he plays.
Everything's
Nothing is a
on
mistake.
purpose.
He is unbelievably in control of everything that he does. Yeah,
that seems very strong.
He's a world-class, as good as it gets rock guitar player.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they still get a 3.
Okay, moving on. Fat Girl. Nice that they cast a man in the role.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
Good double entendre. I didn't expect... If I took bets on the ones that I thought was going to make you laugh, it wasn't that.
Hey, listen, I enjoy a fat joke like any other fat person. Okay?
So you can say cock there.
Who knows with YouTube?
You know, Andy Wood plays in a Steel Panther style band, a parody of
No,
an
he
80s
does
hair metal
not.
band called Skank Banger.
Skank banger? Andy Wood?
Yeah, they dress up like this.
He's so unassuming.
Ben Ella plays in the band as well.
That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
You okay? I told you we'd have a good time.
Oh, funny. Yeah.
This is actually a body positivity song when you think
No,
about it.
it's really not. Don't fucking oversell it.
All right, we get it.
Yeah, we get it.
You seem to really enjoy that.
No, I didn't.
You had a good laugh.
No, it's funny, but that's just it. Like, I'm not a hypocrite. Like, if I hear something funny, I'm going to say it's fucking funny. The overall song, there's parts of it that are really funny, so it gets a 5.
Okay.
The music video
Is
gets...
anything going to get above a 5?
Maybe, I don't
I
know.
see. Oh, okay.
I don't know. The music video gets a 0.
Why?
Because here's the tea, right? One of my favourite Weird Al Yankovic songs is You Know I'm Fat instead of You Know I'm Bad, Michael Jackson. And it's just him dressed up as a big, huge, fatty. and it makes me cry laugh whenever I watch it. And I've watched it 100 times, but it doesn't matter. Every time I watch it, it makes me cry with laughter. And as a fat person... I think it's kind of like being a woman, it's kind of like being all the things that you are. You should be able to at least find some comedy. And that's when you know that you're being mostly balanced. Is when you can find comedy in the things that you are. But with the video, they cast a man to play
I think that's really
women.
important. I think it's really important. I think it's exactly the same as in Home Alone, where they had the director's son as the photo for Buzz's girlfriend.
Okay.
Because otherwise... That little girl, if they cast a little girl in that role, has to go through her life being, I'm the ugly fat kid. I'm the punchline of a joke in a film.
For sure, but
and I think it would be far too unkind to cast someone in that role where you are, to 10 million people who have watched this video, you're just a punchline in a joke.
Perhaps.
That's my take on it. I wouldn't dream of casting her.
I just don't know if maybe perhaps... not having this video, like I just like, if you're a creative person and you have some chewy lyrics or something that you've written about that's chewy, I think you should be creative enough to come up with a music video that doesn't actually actively victimize anyone, and that way you can create the funny chewy thing.
Yeah, but when you're making jokes, someone is usually the punchline in it.
Well, I don't know if I agree.
Fat people can take more of a punching.
That's true. I don't know if I agree with casting a man to play a fat woman, because it's like I don't know about
that could have been work for a fat woman.
Well, it could have been work for a fat woman. Also, I don't know about everyone who's currently watching this, because who the fuck knows at this stage, but those of you who do watch, I know some really hot fat women.
Sure.
I know some really hot fat women. Sure. I know hot fat women that can catch more D than any thin women I know, and that be the tea.
Yeah, but then again, that's a really complicated one to cast, because if you cast a genuinely attractive, like a really attractive fat woman, then are they making a joke anymore?
Sure, yeah, I get it. I get it. I still go at 0 because I think it's also lazy. Like, they just hang around a sort of shit-looking bar.
How's the performance?
Yeah, his vocals don't seem to be doing anything interesting. The guitar sounded good again. Yeah. The solos are solid.
Best part about the band.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move on. This is If You Really, Really Love Me.
Okay.
This is
If You Really
This is from their second
me.
album, which I think was called Balls of Steel.
Okay.
We're in our headquarters right now at the giant warehouse in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah, we're doing a rock video right now. Watch this. Take number 1 for the video, If You Really, Really Love Me, starting right now.
The lip gloss on that fucking first one.
If I get fat and look like an egg. Sticks with the straightened hair wig is not the one.
No, it looks so wiggy.
Nah, that was super weak sauce.
Yeah.
That was lemon and herb. That was one across. That was ones across the board.
No, not a great guitar solo. in that one?
Susan, no, that was like, again, if you're going to be a parody band, if you're going to make jokes,
I
other
mean, you
people's
laughed at being
expense,
fat like an egg.
one line's not enough.
Okay.
One's line, what is that I say when not that I'm not. Dave Chappelle was the only comedian I could think of there. Listen, I'm not some big high-flying comedian.
Sure.
But I have a rule when I'm writing songs, comedy songs, or comedy shows. You better be funny every 30 seconds minimum.
Sure.
If you're writing a song, every other line should be funny. Every other line should be funny. And I was just not funny enough.
Okay.
So one's across the board.
Okay. Fine. Next up, we have Party Like Tomorrow is the End of the World.
Okay.
This is what it's like being in a band.
Fuck it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I would have gunned down many a fucking bandmate before if I could. If it was the end of the world, halfway through doing the Crows, I would have shot most of those motherfuckers.
Nice.
Come to a party, dude?
There's a zoom in on your face for that. Don't be wasteful with your cocaine. Actual boobs on YouTube?
Bits on YouTube. How did they get away with that?
Oh, sure.
Because they put out a script.
Doubt it. Needs more cowbell.
You would never get that girl.
It's the end of the world. Everybody's fucking everybody. There were guys licking tongues there.
Fucking end of the month and she needs to pay her fucking bills.
She's gonna shit on her own head there. I feel that really distracted away from how beasting that guitar solo was. That was a great solo.
Oh boy. I don't want to be cast in the female role that is always cast for women, which is to be a Debbie Downer. Because I would never seek these people out to give them shit. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
And like, if you want to make a video like this, you go ahead, you have fun. You've got a girl in there who would have shit on her head, which is hilarious. Also, she was paying her bills. That was hilarious.
She was distracting from a great guitar solo.
I would say probably 2s across the board.
Oh, you're just being mean now.
Okay, I'll give them an
You
extra.
you are just being mean for the sake of being mean.
I'm not being mean.
A 2. Think about that.
I just don't. Okay, I'll give them a 4 for the music video because the music video is obviously like it's like funny. There's lots of props in it. There's one on the wall there, which is nice.
I was literally going to say dildos, and then you pointed out, yeah.
Yeah, good for them. Well done. It's funny. It's like there's actors in it. There's Steve-O in it. You get a half point for Steve-O. So a 4.5 for the video. The song though is
Not fun?
No, it's not for me. I don't think it's funny enough, and I don't think it's interesting.
Not
enough.
funny, just fun.
I guess it's fun, which is why they get a 2 and not a 0.
Performance?
I am giving
Big vocal scream in there?
I'm giving it a 2 or 3, 2.5.
Okay. Should we just stop the podcast now? We'll just say, well, everything's a 2.
No! I gave them a 5 at the start. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. But this is better than that.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? You're doing that thing that you give me shit for, which is you're going, well, you don't find it funny, so you can't dictate to other people
That's not
to
what I
not find
said.
it funny.
That's not what I said. I said this is better than that. I didn't say this is funnier than that.
In your opinion. You either want my
So
opinion
yeah,
or
no,
you
no,
don't.
I do, but I want you to tell the listeners why this is more than 50% worse than Death to All But Metal. Beyond, I'm getting tired.
Not because I'm getting tired, because I don't think the lyrical content was funny enough. It wasn't catchy enough, and the chorus is probably a little bit better.
But Death
than
to
the
All But
first
Metal
one.
had the killing Madonna 2 and fucked her in the butt.
Yeah, but it also had like a meter that I could like hang on to and be interested in, whereas some of the generic lyrics in this were just not interesting enough to hold my attention.
Okay, ready for another 2? The Burden of Being Wonderful. I like that they've got Lexi playing an upright bass when the strings are on, but that's not an upright bass. That's me putting trousers on in the morning. That's how it feels when I look in the mirror every morning.
It feels very serious. Or like more serious than the other stuff.
I don't. No, I can't see that because just the title on its own, the burden of being wonderful like me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do we know anyone that's actually like that? That genuinely thinks it's hard work being as awesome as I am? It's not hard work
I'm
being
not
as
pointing any elbows.
It's not hard work being as awesome as me. That's easy.
This is it, right?
It's no burden.
This is it, which is why you were getting sort of like a little bit spicy raging. You were David dreaming me.
No,
I was going to punch you in the head.
What I was doing is I don't want to waste an hour more of our time of you just saying two,
because
like,
I haven't said 2 across the board for any of
you're
it.
a songwriting teacher.
Yes.
So if your
So my
students
opinion
came to you,
matters.
if your students came to you and were consistently writing songs like this, you'd be saying to them, 2 out of 10, 2 out of 10.
No, but we're making
Functionally not worth doing.
we're making a podcast. Like I'm not giving a workshop on songwriting. In which case, if that's what you want, I'm happy to shift gear. Okay. They know they've got a gay member of the band, yes? There's no straight men wearing lip gloss. There's really not.
I told you that's his gimmick, being beautiful.
Being gay. I
don't rate that one. I don't rate that one.
I don't rate that one. But I will say one thing. I think if you're going to be a parody band whose basic function is to make people laugh, is you're creating stuff that takes people away from their day-to-day drudgery and make them feel good. I don't think it's a completely nuts idea to have an occasional serious song about where you're basically like, I fucking rock, and that's that. And whilst I don't necessarily agree with the full sentiment of what they're saying in the song, I do think that it's important to add just a little slice of, I don't want to say the word serious because it's not the word that I want, but a little bit slice of serious into amongst the silliness.
Yeah, I agree. Not songs where not every line is a joke.
Yeah, songs where you're basically like, you can do it, you're not on your own, we're all together, you rock this world, you know?
Like, let's all party like tomorrow's the end of the world.
Yeah,
it's not too serious.
Not so much.
It's not too serious.
I didn't enjoy that one as much.
All right, so how do you rate this one?
I'm going to give this one a 5. What?
Like across the board, or?
No. For the song, I'm giving it a 5. Yeah. For the music video, I give it a 3. For the performance, probably a 4. Because there's nothing really exceptional in there. And whilst I do agree that guitarist is probably the best thing in the band, it wasn't exactly a
to me, it's like there's nothing in this song. I struggle to work out why, of all of the songs on the album, this is the one they wanted to make a music video for.
Sure. I would also say, of people watching, the 10 out of 10, the scale of which I'm using a very specific scale for them. For instance, I am not giving Steel Panther a 5 overall out of my overall taste in music, because in my overall taste in music, they might not get a 5 at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, should we move on to one of my favourites?
Oh dear.
What's wrong with that?
Because I just tried to think what it is.
Okay, I like this one. This is Glory Hole. I'm pretty sure you see vagina in this video.
Vagina?
Yep, I'm pretty sure you see someone finger themselves in this video. Oh no, sorry, that's the Rammstein video.
That's just a little bit of a difference.
Styx is playing drums with a dildo. A big floppy dildo. I guess the important question is, how do you feel about glory holes?
I think they're the gayest thing you can get.
Big screen.
There are no women at the end of glory holes.
Damn it, Jesus.
Is that supposed to be Muhammad at the end or what?
Better not be.
I promise you, no one that looks like that is at the end of it. Okay, maybe they are.
I don't think that's true. I think it will happen because some people have weird sexual kink, and attractive people fall into that category as well.
Oh God, this is making me concerned for our relationship. I just, you know what it is? Oh. It's the double whammy of I'm not a man.
Sure.
So there's certain points of that I'm just not going to find as funny as perhaps you will. Right. But that confuses me because their concerts are filled with women. And I'm like,
You are much more prudish than you realise.
No, I don't think it's that, and I'm gonna ask you to kindly eat your fucking words, because the fact of the matter is, like, I think it's just that comedy is such a tricky line, and when it comes to comedy, I like absurdity.
Sure.
I like, I like the IT Crowd, and I like the Bonzo Dog Band, and I like fucking Spaced, and I like comedy, very, very British comedy as well, very much comedy like that. Whereas I think you like some stuff that's British comedy, but you tend to go towards more. I don't even know the word for it. All I know is that I think I'm made to laugh by people like No Fielding talking about a motorcycle made of jealousy. That shit makes me fucking laugh.
Yeah.
Whereas sort of, this is about tits and ass.
But comedy aside, I like the song.
It's not that funny.
Musically, it's
cool.
Think
musically,
the music video is fun.
Yeah, the music video was fun. The vocals were good in that one. He did that really wonderful transition. I think there was a wonderful chromatic run as well in the guitar solo that I thought was really good. So musically, for the actual just the song, I would give it a 6. Yeah. And the music video, I would give a 5. Yeah. What was the other category? Performance, they get a 6 as well, because like there's some really good stuff in there.
Yeah. But you're saying the jokes don't land.
I think some of them do, but then I get a bit like, oh, like come in a cake and come on your face and come on your tits and da 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 da. And it's like, I don't think it's prudish. I think if anything, if you continue to find those jokes over an extended period of time not exhausting, you maybe need to consider whether or not your side of your comedy is not just very juvenile. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying people who find that stuff. Yeah, no, but that's just it. That's just it. Like, I do find that stuff funny, but it's just like I think it's just, okay, if we were to sit here, right, and we were to do the exact same thing we're doing right now, and I did play you an extended amount of Bonzo Dog Band songs, I'm willing to believe that you would laugh minimally, if at all.
Sure.
Because I just think that comedy is such a subjective, objective thing. I don't think it's as simple and cut and dry as, this is funny. If you don't find this funny, you just don't get funny. And it's
I don't remember saying that.
No, I'm not saying that you are. I'm just saying, like, if people find this funny, like, I do get it. I get why they find it funny. There's parts of it that are really funny.
Crassness as well, just in general, like, listening to or laughing along with a thing that society tells you you're not supposed to is...
Yeah.
It's like very anti-establishment.
Also, you're talking about how I maybe more British than I think I am. I literally walk around a venue every week talking about that people can stick their head up my hole. Like, it's not about...
But you don't let them do it.
No, of course not. No, of course not. But it's... I don't think it's... Maybe... Yeah, I think what the things I find funny are more absurd and stuff like that. Whereas this is more like... vulgar.
Yes.
And that's fine. That's fine, by the way.
Yeah, vulgar's definitely the one.
This is the end of the first part of this one. First part of this one. Next one's coming fairly soon. Sorry. Love you. Bye.